remember me in prayers. Take care of each other. Keep the family close and help people if you can. Those were the words of the late Judge Frank Caprio. On your screen, that is the last moment and that is the last message of Judge Frank Caprio.
Last year, I asked you to pray for me, and it's very obvious that you did because I came through a very difficult period. Unfortunately, I've had a setback. I'm back in the hospital now, and I'm coming to you again, asking you to remember me in your prayers once more. And so I ask you again, if it's not too much, that you can remember me in your prayers. I'm a great believer in the power of prayers. I think the Almighty above is, is looking over us. So remember me, please.
That is the speech or the last statement which was captured from the late Frank Caprio. He was the judge in the United States of America and he was employed in 1985 and he did serve nearly 4 decades because he retired 2005 when his health deteriorated, whereby he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Below, I'm going to give you his life history right now. So this was his last statement at the hospital bed when he was at the hospital bed. This is what he said from his hospital bed. Judge Kabira shared that he experienced a health setback and requested, remember me in your prayers, referring to his deep faith. People.com and the Sun and also Wikipedia. Final message reported by his son via CPC News. His son David shared that his father's parting advice was take care of each other, keep the family close, and help people if you can. So his very last message were grounded in faith, connection, and even compassionate. His main work, he was a judicial career. The Chief Justice, the Chief Judge of the Providence Municipal Court in 1985 and he retired in 2023. Appointed in 1985 and the Judge Kabiro served for nearly 4 decades before retiring in 2003. Shortly after his pancreatic cancer diagnosis caught in the province, he became well known through the reality court television show Court in the Providence, which featured his compassionate handling of the minor infractions like parking and speeding tickets. The show aired locally from the late 1980s and gained national syndication around 2018, earning multiple Daytime Emmy nominations. Viral clips showcasing his kind-hearted roaring and made him the internet sensation and earned him the affection title the nicest judge in the world. Community and education contribution, scholarship and community work. He founded the Antonio Tam Caprio Scholarship Fund at Suffolk Law, named after his father, as well as similar scholarship program at the Providence College and the Central High. He also contributed to the Rhode Island of Food Bank, Boys Town and Italy, and served on various educational board and councils. Legacy. Judge Caprio's legacy is defined by his kindness, fairness, and commitment in the justice delivered with empathy, making him stand out nationwide as the model of compassionate judicial service. The judge, in his hospital bed, he did tell people that, please remember me in prayers. That is when he realized that his health has deteriorated again, because he had the setback again and his health had deteriorated. And now, as you can be able to hear from his message, he was a man of faith, a man who believed in God, and he did acknowledge God in each and everything he did, from the sermons, from his ruling in the court. He made his ruling with compassionate and fair. He didn't make any ruling making anybody to go home weary, annoyed, but with a smile. May God grant his soul to rest in perfect peace. And now from Gift Media, Home Away from Home, we send our condolences to the family, relatives, and even friends who are mourning with the death or the dismiss of the Judge Frank Caprio. Gift Media, at this time, our thoughts are with you. And maybe for those people, for the modern life now, what do you learn from his case? Remember each and every time that you have been given an opportunity by God to serve him through the people whom you encounter day to day in life, in your offices, in your places of work, even if you are doing any job. Remember to have compassionate, remember to make your judgment fairly without having discrimination. Do not make someone suffer because of his name, because of his skin or ratio, but because of what you have in your heart, and that is to serve the Lord with all your heart. I'm going to play again his video once more so that you can get his message clearly, as he did say.
Last year I asked you to pray for me, and it's very obvious that you did. because I came through a very difficult period. Unfortunately, I've had a setback. I'm back in the hospital now, and I'm coming to you again, asking you to remember me in your prayers once more. And so I ask you again, if it's not too much, that you can remember me in your prayers. I'm a great believer in the power of prayers. I think the Almighty above is looking over us. So remember me, please.
That is Judge Frank Cabrio's last message on social media. May God continue to rest his soul in perfect peace. Gift Media Home Away from Home is your home. If you are new to my channel, I encourage you to take a minute, subscribe, like, and even share, because if you do that, you encourage me to make more content like these ones. If you are inspired or by the message, please hit that bell, like, subscribe, and even share. Gift Media Home Away from Home is your home. Until then, see you in my next video.